So lots of people have been asking to hear Makayla's speech, and we are just about to head off to the Northwest Regional competition. So she's going to say it one last time before we go. And so this is Makayla Chamzik, My Crazy Life, Makayla Chamzik.
Growing up being one of the middle children does have its Kodak moments, but I've learned tips to keep all those safe in times of chaos. Warning. This speech may contain contents that is disturbing to some listeners. Madam Chairman, honorable judges, fellow 4-Hers, ladies and gentlemen. I started to realize that our family was not the normal type when I was about 4 years old, when we would get to church just after everyone sat down and the whole place was quiet. Anyone who knows our family knows we don't do quiet. So meanwhile, 70-some people all stare at us. Some with big smiles, some with open mouths, but mostly people thinking to themselves, oh, there's those Chamziks. My dad and mom were married 9 years and had 2 kids. Then things changed. Something very special was missing. Me. Yep, I was born 6 years later and life was perfect. In fact, I'm sure mom and dad thought life couldn't get any better. Till 1 year later. Something earth-shattering occurred. Mom had another child. Oh yeah, I was totally pleased to have my throne tragically yanked from my precious little hands. Another princess in the house. That was just not right. After I figured out they weren't going to get rid of that princess, I decided I just better cope. Maybe show her all the ropes. So I did. I showed her how to spread diaper cream all over her body. You can just never be too careful when it comes to rashes. My dad was not impressed, as it was a 2-hour ordeal to get off Kristen's body. Well, it also didn't help that Mom took about 450 pictures while he was doing it. I was getting nicely adjusted and sharing the throne. Of course, her being the third-born princess, she had rules to follow. My rules. So it was all good for 3 wonderful years. She would do anything for me. Then, all of a sudden, we noticed Mom was getting harder to hug. I couldn't get my arms around her. What was going on? My parents wouldn't. Would they? Sure enough, in my 4th year of royal bliss, Dad told us he had to take us to a surprise. Yeah, that was a surprise, all right. Another girl. What were they thinking? Mom, in her wisdom, decided to announce to the whole kingdom that the Chamzik family was complete, and then welcomed little Kiara Joy. And history repeats itself 1 year later. Dad and Mom tell us there'll be a new baby coming home in a few months. Well, explain that to a community of people thinking the Chamzik family was complete. I thought that maybe we could fly under the radar for a while. I was sure nobody would even notice another princess. Well, what does Mom and Dad do? They had a prince. My oldest brother, Sidney, was thrilled beyond words. He wouldn't let us near that baby in blue, so we really didn't know what he looked like for a couple of years. I tried to convince Mom and Dad to dress him in pink and let him blend in. Mom seemed okay with it, but Dad, yeah, he didn't like it that much. Caden, the youngest, was indeed the last to be born in our family, and us 6 kids made sure of that. We have had many adventures in our family that have made our parents the crazy people they are today. We also thought adventures were funny. Dad and Mom, not so much. For example, my brother somehow lit the tablecloth on fire, and we were taught how flour does put out flames. We used to really like playing man tracker until one time we realized we lost a kid. Snowball fights in the house, and my personal favorite, races from the hot tub around the house in the winter. People may look at us with shock when we go anywhere, but it's a good thing. My siblings may drive me crazy some days, but I would never give up my crazy life.